Oh dear, the opening months, eh? The opening months of the President's second term have not simply marked a shift in policy, no, but a fundamental reconfiguration of American political life, yeah. That's under the guise of administrative efficiency and national restoration. Well, the executive has accelerated an authoritarian project. Years in the fucking making. I'm sure Project 2025 wasn't made just overnight, no. A lot of people were involved, think tanks, and working out ways how the fuck we're going to get away with this. And they are. No. Systematically, they are dismantling regulatory safeguards, purging ideological dissent, and consolidating state power around the persona of the leader himself. And I wonder who that is. Well, that is Donald Trump, the Cheeto Bandito, the Tangerine Tyrant, the Paprika Palpatine, President Dum-Dum, that is, yes. Clemency for hundreds of participants in the January 6th Capitol attack. Many charged with violence against law enforcement on signals. A trouble alignment. That is, it's rather troubling. Say trouble. No, troubling alignment between state power and, political violence. Political violence. The definition of terrorism. Now this is not anything to do with rule of law, no, but it's the instrumentalisation in the service of factional loyalty. You've got to suckle onto old Donald Trump's chocolate starfish. That's what you've got to do. And if you don't, you're out on your fucking hair. Simultaneously, the incarceration of independent agencies and sidelining of regulatory bodies. That reflects a deeper content for democratic oversight, democratic norms, you could say. The foreign policy has also been weaponized for spectacle, literally for spectacle. And strategic ambiguity, I suppose. I like that word, ambiguity. I can say that one. And traditional allies, though, are mocked for perceived disloyalty, while authoritarian adversaries are praised. Not out of strategic necessity, but just as an expression of the administration's ideological affinities. It's not about what you can do, it's about how much ass kicking you can do. He literally said that himself. All these countries are all throwing me up there to kiss my ass, he said, didn't he? That's what he said. Those his words. What kind of fecking president talks like that? You know? No, you see, the message, though, is unmistakable. So the post-war liberal order is over, and what remains is a transactional global landscape defined by brute force and personal allegiance. And domestically, oligarch interests have been fully integrated into the machinery of governance. Bernie Sanders is right. AOC is right. No wonder they're getting tens of thousands of people, 30, 40 odd thousand people going to their rallies. You see, the writing's on the wall, isn't it? Elon Musk, along with others, has granted unprecedented control. Now, okay, yeah, sort of step back a little bit. You might not be seeing him quite as much, but he's still about, you know. He ain't gone completely, you know. And the result is not mere cronyism, not just that, no. But it's a transformation of governance. It's loyalty-based enterprise. institutions once protected by constitutional norms may survive or collapse based on their perceived deference to the President. Yes, Mr. President. Will you like me to suckle the old chocolate starfish, Mr. President? Oh, did you have corn? Well, what we are witnessing is not just the chaotic improvisation of an unorthodox leader, no, but a coherent programme. He's just a puppet of state re-engineering. A shift from sort of liberal or democratic governance to a model of which elite capital and executive power merge to dominate both public discourse and institutional life. Now, if this trajectory is not confronted, we may soon find ourselves living, not in a republic. When I say ourselves, I'm talking about you guys and gals living in the United States, because I live in France. I even escaped the UK, I did. But anyway, so you're not living in a republic, but you're going to be living in a hollowed out state where domestic form persists without democratic substance. This is where you're heading. In fact, if you ain't already there, it ain't going to be long. And if nothing is done about it, in the near future, that will be the future. That will be the end of democracy. Because once you get an authoritarian leader in place, you know, an emperor, Emperor Trump, or the Trump family, their legacy, once you get that in, you're not going to get them out. No, not without force. Not without a coup d'etat. It's just how it is. And you're pretty much getting there now, to be honest. It's extremely worrying, and it's quite upsetting as well. I just hope that could never ever happen in the United Kingdom or here in France. I would hope that we've all learned by our mistakes. I would hope that MAGA would learn by their mistakes, because this is actually affecting them as well. It's not going to make their lives better. This situation, what they're voted for, is going to make their lives considerably worse. Anyway, look, that's my little old house over there. Come over here, you. There. It's in the distance there. That's my little old house, yeah. My little house on the prairie, that is. And there's cows. Yes, we have cows over there. There you go, yeah, cows. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to be handing my way back to my little old house and maybe sit down and have a beer or something, I suppose. I suggest you do the same. And plan your attack. Right, but anyway, the sun's setting, as it is. Anyway, thanks for watching my little video, and if you got to the end, well done. And if you want to support the channel, keep the channel alive, you can do that on Patreon or buy us coffee, and the link's down below. You know, and if you can't do that, just beep the old like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But, you know, the more voices we can get out there, you know. I know I don't get that many views, but, you know, the more voices we can get out there, the better, you know. Let's just talk sense and talk truths. It's very important. Anyway, toodaloo.